Hey, me again. So I decided to put a DCC sound decoder in this. I used a soundtraxx Tsunami 2 2200. It's got the 2 amp circuit for the motor. I put the decoder in the tender and I added some lights. We got number boards. We'll get it a little bit closer here so we can see it. I still got to adjust the CVs for the chuffs and whatnot, and I think I want to change the exhaust sound. It's too close to the big boy exhaust. The slow speed is so much better. Alright, so what we got here is I put the decoder in the tender, so I didn't want to run more than 6 wires into the train. It just becomes a cluster. So what I did was the drawbar actually feeds the power from the positive rail, which would be the fireman side, the engineer side, to the into the tender, and then of course the other side of power gets from the wheels of the tender. So I did that to save myself a little bit of aggravation. So we got lights, we got class lights and headlights. I made them come all on at once. Get a little bit closer here. So what we got is the number boards light up. They have the numbers on them. I don't know if we can see them with the camera. The light's probably overpowering. I actually have to turn it down. They're too bright. But we can fix that. And we'll shut those off for a second. And then we will go to so what I did was I set the other LEDs red and the cab light on the same circuit, because the cab light and the red lights would be on when the train is stopped. I painted the inside cab green. I made some seats for it. I gotta put those in. I still have to put the keep alive capacitor in there. But the other thing that I've done is I added a Firebox flicker. I would have liked to have the LEDs in here and this flicker at a different rate, but I would have had to run another wire from the tender into the train. In a perfect world, the decoder would have been inside the train itself, but I had to bog it down with lead, so there was really no room. So I inside the train, let's see if we can get a glimpse here. Inside the train, we're going to shut the firebox off, and we're going to turn the light on. is actually, you can see the inside of the back of the boiler, I guess, or where you put the coal. That is actually a printed image put on a piece of plastic. I lost the original piece, like a knucklehead, so I just went online and found one, and printed it, cut the center of it out, and added a LED behind it so it would flicker, like that. The side ones are 3 little tiny micro LEDs mounted to a piece of clear, very, very thin piece of clear. They're glued in place, and then I painted over it red, and then painted over it black. So it would be sort of kind of inconsistent. And that's what it looks like, so I'm pretty happy with that. The only thing I'm not happy with is the way the harness is from going from the train to the tender. I tried to put underneath, it kept getting caught. It was a pain in the ass. So I glued it to the floor of the cab, and it just kind of sticking up a little bit, and then it pulls back down and shaped like an S, and it moves. That's the way it works the best. It was getting caught on everything underneath, so I said screw it. It's not that important to me. Nobody really sees it. They don't get that close to it. I still have to put the taillights in the tender, the keep alive capacitor, and the reverse light, but I just wanted you to see that so far. It's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with it. So you can, I probably can program this cab light so when you automatically move forward it shuts off. I don't know. I have to look at the settings of the Decoder, see if that's even possible. But either way, you can hear the dyno kick on when this comes on. The headlight could have been a little bit brighter, but the LED that's in there is very, very small, and I didn't want it white, so I picked that LED so it kind of lights up a little yellowy, be a little bit more realistic. In hindsight, I kind of wish maybe I just painted a LED yellow and used a bigger LED, but the slow speed's really, really good. It speeds up water, got a little bit of a chug, comes and goes. The chassis is just a little worn. I think it's pretty good for a homemade locomotive made out of 45, 50-year-old parts. I gotta find a whistle better than that. I don't particularly care for that whistle. The Chesapeake and Ohio whistle that they have programmed into the Decoder is not, just sounds like, I don't know, sounds like something for a small locomotive. Doesn't sound good enough to be on a locomotive this big. So for now I just use that one. I still have to sort out the traction tires for this thing. I got some Rivarossi, the clear ones. They say they're original. They don't look original to me, but I'm gonna try them and see how they work. If they don't work out, I'll just make my own. I purposely recorded this with the light off in the room so you could see the firebox. It's speed step 1. Not too bad. That's 3, 5. So like a lot of decoders, like the cheap XL ones, the chuff keeps chuffing. Even when you slow the train down or there's no load on it, it's always the same intensity. This thing here, when it goes downhill, it stops chuffing and you can actually hear the rod clank. It's one of the reasons why I promote and that I think that anybody that has a steam engine would consider, if they're looking for a decoder that's already pre-programmed with sound. You know, the TCSs are really, really good. The WOW TCS ones, you can upload your own sound packages and whatnot. But as far as the decoder that has the sound already built in, with dynamic exhaust, see how the exhaust just cut out? It's pretty good. Anyway, please leave a comment if you have any questions. Feel free to ask. I will get back to you. Any comments, any suggestions, anything like that. And thank you very much for watching. I have 299 subscribers now. It took me about 14 months to get that, which seems like an eternity. But we're getting there. Anyway, have a great evening. Thank you.